Hello everyone, I am Cindy from Crocket Crochet. Today I'm going to teach you how to make these cute animal balls for the Gumball Machine, and there are 24 of them. The size is 3 x 3 cm and the whole work use 3mm crochet hook. Okay, so these guys are tiny. This video will teach you how to make the cat, tiger, giraffe, hamster, bunny, and hedgehog. You can also check out the previous video from the link in the description box. These animal balls are for functional gumball machine, so you can just roll it like this, and you can find the tutorial of the gumball machine in the description. Alright, and this is my creation, Amy the Candy Girl. If you like it, you can check out the tutorial in the link below. All the tutorial and pattern are free, but if you want to support me, you can purchase the PDF version as well on my Ravelry store. For the equipment, I use felting wool and felting needle as a decoration, but this one is also optional. And the yarn I use is a fingering size and also the fluffy yarn. And the needle crochet hook 3mm size, 4mm back piece polyester fiber. In this video, I will teach you how to make the basic ball, then the leg embroidery, then I'll teach you the pattern of the cat, bunny, tiger, giraffe, and then teach you how to make the fluffy ball model, and then hedgehog, and last one is a hamster. Now, let's get started. First, we start with the basic ball. So there are two types of the basic ball. The one with the eye holes you will use for beads at the eye, and the one without the eye holes you will use embroidery. So most ball will have the same pattern, but it will change according to specific color. So if you see the ball with the eye hole for row 5, you will make 2 chains, skip 1 stitch. Then the ball without the eye holes, you will make increase instead of 2 chains, skip 1 stitch. So this way you won't have any hole on your balls. Alright, let's start with the illustration. For the first row, we make magic ring 6SC. So if you guys don't know how to make magic ring, you can just go to any website and find the description. So this is basically the magic ring. Just make 6SC on the ring as I am showing you right now. And after you finish 6SC, you just pull the yarn to fasten off the loop and have the circle shape like this one. After that, you can continue second row, which is increases for 6 times. After you finish this row, you will have 12 stitches. Okay, this process is not hard. It is quite basic, so I just want to skip to another process. Alright, this is increase. And then for changing color, you will change the color based on specific pattern. This is how you change the color. For this one, I have the penguin as the example. So I am changing white with blue color in order to create the pattern on the body of this penguin. Next, the tutorial for the eye holes. For the eye holes, you will normally work on row 5. When you do it, just make 2 chains like this. And then skip 1 stitch. And then continue making 4SC. So the 2 eyes will be like separated by 4 stitches. So make 4SC like this. This is first SC, but I have to change the color as well based on the specific pattern. So keep in mind that you have 4 stitches apart for both eyes, but you need to change the color according to the pattern. Alright, when you have 4 SC already, make 2 chains again and skip 1 stitch and then continue SC as the pattern. Alright, and then for row 6, we will keep making SC and on 2 chain of the previous row, which is row 5, you also need to keep making SC on those chains as well. The next tip is that sometimes you need to make the ball with half color stitch. Like if you see that SC which different color mean that you make half in blue and half in white. For example, what I'm doing right now is half blue and half white, if you can see. Alright, and then after you finish it, you will have the eye hole like this. When you finish making one, and then you can continue the code until row 11. After that, you can fill in polyester fiber. After you fill in polyester fiber, you can make the last row, which is row 12, and then fasten off. And for attaching the 4mm beads in the eye holes, you will need to use the light thread and then just sew the beads. Try to push it inside the hole, and that your eye will be fit in like this. And then you can sew it twice in order to make sure that it won't fall apart. Okay, just sew it again. The other side as well, try to sew the eye beads inside the hole so that you can see it look like this. And then the last one, after all the decoration like wings and leg, you can just sew the end loop to close it. Yeah, finally you can close the hole. So that's it. This is all the basic. Next, let's learn about the basic legs and feet embroidery. Some ball will need this kind of technique. There will be 3 types of leg embroidery. The first one is only 1 layer embroidery. This one you only embroider 4 string line, just like this cat. You see from the chart on the left side, we just make 4 string line. Alright, and then type 2 is 2 layer embroidery. For this one, you will make first layer embroidery first, and then you will make the embroider around the tip as the hand, as you can see in the left side of the screen. The line 5, 6, 7 is around the tip. Okay, you can see this illustration for both type 1 and type 2. For the first layer, 1 layer embroidery, you just need to make 4 string line just like this. Just make the string line and repeat it 3 to 4 times like this. Yeah, this is only 1 layer. And then if you want to do the 2 layer embroidery, you will need to work more on the tip of the hand by embroider around the tip as the hand for about 3 to 4 times, just like this. Okay, now we are done. Alright, and then you make 4 legs. Okay, and then type 3 is also 2 layer embroidery, but for this one it will be a little bit different. You can make first layer first, and then for the second layer you will sew on top of the tip as the hand. I recommend you using lighter thread to embroider on the first layer. Okay, let's see the illustration for type T. After you make the first layer embroidery, then you just use the white thread like this to sew on top of the tip of the leg. So I use very light thread and then just embroider on top of it. and then repeat it like this. Alright, and this is how you make the feet and the hand, or the tip of the hand, or the tip of the leg for the corgi or any other animals. You can use this technique. Alright, and then this is done. Very cute indeed. The first one will be the cat. So the cat, you need to change the color a little bit, but you can basically use the base model and change the color according to this pattern. You can capture the screen for your personal use. Alright, and after you finish the pattern, you will get something like this. After that, make the ear. For the ear, it will be the same model as the dog. When you start it with magic ring, make 3 chain and then make 1 HDC and then slip stitch on the ring like this. You can refer to the chart on the right side of the screen. And after that, you can just sew on the top of the head. If you want the ear to look more pointed, you can sew the tip of the ears. For the muzzle, you can start with a magic ring and then make 5 SC on the ring, which is quite simple. Okay, now I finished 5 SC on the ring. You can just pull the yarn and then put the hook inside the middle of the ring and then fasten off. Okay, just like this. You will get this shape, and after that you can just sew the leftover yarn like this. So you will get this shape. And after that, you need to embroider the nose as follows, and then just attach it on the face of the cat. For the legs, I only use 1 layer embroidery or type 1. You can see the reference on the beginning part of this video. Then let's move to the second one, which is the bunny. You can capture the pattern for the bunny for your personal use only. Okay, for the illustration for the ear, you can start off with 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and then turn and then you make SC on the second stitch from the hook like this. And then the next chain will be slip stitch. And the next chain also be slip stitch. And then you can just fasten off. Alright, you can refer to the pattern on the right side of the screen. And then after that, make 2 of them, and then you can just sew it on top of the head. For bunny, for the leg, you can just do 1 layer embroidery as well. Okay, just sew on top like this. Alright. Okay, the next one is the tiger. This one will have more detail because you need the body pattern of the tiger. You can just follow the code right here. You can capture the screen for personal use. Alright, after you follow the pattern, you will get this shape and this color. And after that, just sew the muzzle. You need to sew the muzzle into the following color. Use the nose. Use pink color as the nose, and then the black color as the mouth. And then just sew it on top like this. And then just sew the leg. The leg, I will use 1 layer embroidery as well. And for the ear, it's not very difficult. You can use the code from the first pattern screen. And then for the body pattern, I recommend you guys use felting because it will be easier to control the shape of it. Alright, do it like this. And now your tiger is done. And then is the giraffe. For the giraffe, it will be a little bit complicated because of the color of the body part. You need to change a lot of color. You can capture the screen for your personal use as well. Alright, after you finish the pattern, you will get this shape and this color. Alright, and then I decorate eye using embroidery. And then make the muzzle and then embroider the nose and mouth as follow. After that, you can just attach the muzzle on the face. Then make the ear. For the ear, make magic ring, 4 chain like this, and then make SC on the third stitch from the hook. Alright, you can count 1, 2, and 3. Alright, you make it on the third stitch from the hook. You can refer to the chart on the right side of the screen. And then the next chain would be slip stitch like this. Okay, and then slip stitch on the ring, just like this. Yes, slip stitch, and then just pull the yarn, yeah, and then fasten off. Everything is done. You will get this shape. Alright. Okay, if you want to make it look more pointed, you can sew the tip of the ear like this. Just sew the tip of the ear. Using the lighter thread would be the best. And then for the horn, you need to slip stitch on the head, just like this. Slip stitch on it. Yeah, pull the yarn inside. Yes, like that. And then start working on 3 chain. 1, 2, 3, and then make 2 slip stitch, 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitch. Yes, that's it. And it's done. Fasten off. Alright, and then you will get this shape. After that, you need to sew this leftover yarn inside of the head in order to attach the horn, just like this. Alright. Alright, and then just embroider brown thread on top of the horn. After that, attach the ear next to the horn. Then for the legs, I will make 2-layer embroidery, and which is type T. You can just see how to do it in the earlier part of this video. Now let's move to the fluffy ball model. So the fluffy ball, you will need to make the smaller ball, and then you will use the fluffy yarn to slip stitch around. So now please capture the screen for personal use, and please notice that you will need to work on the back loop only, and there is only 10 rows. So this ball will be smaller than the basic ball that I have already mentioned about, and please keep in mind that you can follow the pattern on the previous screen and just work on back loop only for the whole work. And yeah, and then after you finish row 10, you will get something like this. So it's going to be the smaller bond with the loop on the surface. Alright, and then you can use the fluffy yarn to slip stitch on those back loop of the balls. So I will show you this. You can use the same size of the crochet hook. I don't think you will have the problem of pulling the yarn in, but if you cannot pull the yarn in, you can use the larger crochet hook. There would be no trouble for that. Just keep doing slip stitch the fluffy yarn inside the loop in order to get the fluffy surface of the whole balls. Yeah, and then you do it for every row, and now you get the fluffy balls. For Hedgehog, you will partly use the fluffy ball model. For the pattern, you can notice that I only partly work on back loop for the base ball. So this is the base ball for Hedgehog. You can see that there is some part that I work normally not on the back loop. And then I will just slip stitch dark brown fluffy ball on the back loop only. So you will have the face left, then attach to eyes and the muzzle. For the legs, I slip stitch the yarn on the body, just like this, and then slip stitch the yarn in, just like this, and then make one chain and then make SC. One chain and then make SC on this stitch. After you make one SC, you can just fasten off. Alright, and then you can just sew the leg inside of the body. Make it look a little bit round, just like the hand of the hedgehog. Okay, and then you make 4 legs totally. 4 legs totally, just like this. Alright, and now we are done for the hedgehog. Okay, next one is the hamster. This one is the most difficult model, but it is very cute and you might need to use a lot of felting to decorate it. So this one is the base model for the ball. You can just use the basic model, and then this is the pattern for the decoration. You can just capture the screen for your personal use. And this is quite special because you need to slip stitch the different color of yarn on this chart. Alright, you can see the chart and then just slip stitch the different color of yarn and it will look like this. Alright, and then for the face, you will need to start off with 9 chain. 9 chain first, and then make increase on the second stitch from the hook. Increase like this, and after that just make a 6 SC throughout the line, and the last stitch will be increased as well, and after that just fasten off. You can also refer to the chart on the right side of the screen.
Okay, now I am almost done. Alright, we are reaching the last stitch, which I will make increase on the last stitch. Okay, now I'm done and fastened off. Now we get this shape for the first row. Okay, and then after that I recommend you guys sew it just like this first. Just try to hide away the leftover yarn like this. Okay, you will get this shape first, and then for the second row you will need to slip stitch the yarn in between the middle of the face. You can see the second row on the chart on the left side. Just go to the middle of this face and then make 2 SC. Yeah, 1 SC, 2 SC. Okay, yes, 2 SC, and then just fasten off. Alright, now it's just almost done. You can sew it to hide away the leftover yarn like this. After that, you can embroider the nose like this and then attach the face above the white area. Alright. Okay, after you sew it, it will look like this. After that, you can fill the eye or embroider the eye as follow. For the leg, I use 2-layer embroidery, which is type 3. You can refer to the earlier section of this video. Alright, for the ear, this one you need to slip stitch on the head just like this. And then slip stitch the yarn in, make 3 chain, 1, 2 and 3, and then slip stitch again just like this. Alright, and then fasten off. Okay, now the ears are done. Next step, you will need to sew the tip of the ear to make it look more pointed if you want to. Yeah, for me, I will always sew the tip of the ear for almost every model that I have because it will look more beautiful if the ear looks more pointed. Yeah, just sew it like this. Alright? Alright, and then the last one is to decorate almond and cheek using felting. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like my work, please share, like, comment and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot to grow my channel here. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. And also, you can check out my Instagram if you want to show off your work. You can tag me as Crocket Crochet on Instagram. I'm sure to give you some compliment. Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you in the next video.